All right. I'm just gonna be talking about my experience in working in Burger King. So, first off, I've been working there for almost 5 months now, so I have a pretty good experience in the things I would be talking about. You can click off this video if you don't want to hear me talk about it, and it's just like, oh, it's a fast food, restaurant. What do you expect? But it's literally whatever if you guys want to listen to me about that. But yeah, I was actually pretty excited to be working at Burger King because it's actually my first job that I ever gotten. And work as a kid growing up watching cartoons, work is being overly exaggerated, being something that will tire you out and get in the way of like friends and having a good time. And I'm glad we live in a world where the concept of part-time and full-time actually exists. So part-timers and full-timers, they work in different hours. Full-timers work with 20 to or 30 to 40, while part-timers is 20 to 30. But with fast food works a whole lot different, and it really did affect me, but I decided to quit and move on to find another job that I gotten, which it's not even that bad. I chose McDonald's over it, but I want to talk about my experience first and why I led up to choosing McDonald's. So, working in Burger King, I was excited. Getting your interview, I was really nervous because it was my first job, and being a kid watching cartoons, it's like exaggerating of like how it'll tire you out and everything. But no, it really did not. My expectations was not like that, and I'm glad it was. And yeah, I did had an interview. I was really nervous to have the interview. It was really pretty scary for me because I never understand how to do a proper interview. And I was just answering the questions with the manager the best that I can to my ability. And yeah, I got the job and I was pretty excited and everything. And I can only vividly remember this on my first day, but I was working in the mornings so I could get good experience, and then I wouldn't have to switch to late night to close because I have school to 7 to 2. So I would just, like it would just be perfect if I just work after school, give myself a 1 hour break before a 1 hour time to myself before I go into work. I thought that was good. The people at Burger King were just really nice people. One of the nicest people I met. They were nothing but sweet people. And yeah, I never had an issue with nobody there. They're just really nice people that I have met. Had some great interactions, the conversations when there was time to actually like give ourselves a break and everything. And with no people like trying to order food and everything. I do have conversations with them, talking about some things and everything. And the people I worked with was absolutely amazing, and the experience there was just fun, just talking to different people, my coworkers and everything. Making sandwiches was really hard for me at first because I don't really know how all of it goes, being unfolded and wrapped and everything, and how the meat is being processed and how everything is being cooked. And everything was just being put in boiler, mainly the meat, Whoppers and Juniors, and the Impossibles, which I will never have because the smell of it is weird because it's just really, really weird. And I did not enjoy smelling it, man. It's fucking weird. So yeah, my sensei, or I can say my sensei, I'll just say my sensei. He was a really nice guy. He was just teaching me the ropes, and he was just like the best of what he was doing. I met his kid and everything. It was just fun at first, just talking to him and then working with him. Got to know him a little bit, man, and it was just great. I understood how I how I make sandwiches and everything. And then that wasn't all. I was still learning of things, and I understand how to do pretty much everything in Burger King. I did not just go into full making sandwiches. I pretty much did a lot that means so much, that made me a valuable employee there, but I had to quit because it was affecting me, but I'll get to that later. So couple of months has went by, and how they do it is that the first 3 weeks you work there, you'll just work your 3 weeks off, and then you'll get you'll get paid. You'll get paid on the fourth week, and then after that, you'll get paid 2 weeks, like how everybody else is. So it was nothing like that. And then I think I went with other stores in Burger King, helped them out a bit. I actually experienced one of the worst Burger King stores, and it was just terrible. The manager there was terrible. The restaurant was 10 times bigger. It was an old ass Burger King that has never been redesigned. It was like one of the worst experiences that I ever had in my life. And I every time my manager asks me if I want to go work there, I'm like really hesitant just to say like, yeah, I always say no to that because I don't really want to mess with myself in that type of situation. Boys there were just like they were just like not being communicative and everything. And it's just like fucking weird to me, man. It's just like, man, the restaurant there just treats each other differently. But in my restaurant, our people are just really nice. I never had any problems or interactions with any of my coworkers. They were just the nicest, kind-hearted people, man. And I get to know more about them, and I explained, told my side of like my life and everything. It was just really nice. I connected and bonded with my coworkers. Some left, some got fired, which is unfortunate, but that's how it is in life and everything. And there was at some point where I had this two certain people that we were like a holy trio group, man. It was just us two. We were just like we were just really good coworkers. And then we have our own Discord and talk sometimes, and it was really fun just working with them. They're just like really good people that I would see myself being like long-term best friends that I just met at work. I did took my job seriously, but I took it also in a positive way as well because I'm just having a great day, making jokes with my coworkers and everything, and just with those two, they made my experience just great, man. I don't want to just say their names, so I'm gonna just say Dustin and I don't know, maybe John or something like that. Sure, Dustin and John. I'll say that, but those two just made my experience the best. Just being being like really good friends and understanding people and everything. We literally have each other's back and everything, but I'll get to more of that later. But I learned a lot more than what I should have, man. I Dustin showed me how to do drive-through, and after that I did a lot more with drive-through. There is so much that I know what to do. It overfilled my brain to a certain degree. I felt like I could run the restaurant by myself because there is just so much stuff that I just know how to do. I know how to do drive-through, make sandwiches. I know how to restock. I know how to take apart the boiler to some degree. I know places to clean. I know how to clean the kitchen, deck scrub, mop, sweep, do our lobby, just sweep and mop, and do our bathrooms and take apart the ice cream machine and all that stuff. Half of that stuff, the lobby and the ice cream machine part, were just mostly people who do drive through and front counter. And I know how to do both of them, front counter and drive through. Not really much of a brag or anything, but it's just like I got to being a one person who does only one thing to doing multiple things. I am a man of many talents, as you can see of what I told you guys about. But yeah, there was no reason that I was not I was kind of upset because I felt like I was the only person that only did this, and it kind of upsetted me because I wanted someone else to do the things that I do. That I don't want to be the only kitchen person to do what people in drive-through or front counter do. And excuse me. Yeah, but it's just it is what it is on that. It did got to the point where we were getting understaffed, and maybe in like the three or fourth month working, third or fourth month working, we were getting understaffed with more people leaving, and we had to compromise of who we had and everything. And this is where the experience got a little bit worse. It's been really affecting me in school. So to a certain degree, my hours would be so wonky. It would just be not even like a day off. It would just be maybe almost every day working while I have school, and including Saturday and Sunday off. They do sometimes call from my days off to come and work because we're understaffed. So it was getting to the point where we have to call people to fill in certain spots of people that should have been here on certain days, or they just decide not to show up, or we're just really short on staff. The ironic part is just I remember one time we were so full of people. So I went to work one day, right? And there was like at least 6 to 7 different people in that store. And my manager told me like I can go to my house. Like I don't have to come to work today. And it's just like kind of ironic that we had so many people and now we're just really lessen of the people that we have. And it's just like, damn, we gone to certain lengths that we just had more and now we have completely less. And I really do feel bad of leaving there, but for me, it just affected me of my school with sleeping, and everybody is like this. I'm in the point right now where the concept of sleep does not fuck with me, man. I cannot go to sleep immediately. I just felt like I would go to sleep at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, just only on the weekends. But during weekdays of school, I would try to keep it at 10, maybe 11 at the minimum that I can, because it's just like how I am, man. I just like to fuck myself over in sleeping. It's just fucking really wacky to me. And there are days where I de sleep in my classes and everything, and there's some that I just sleep in, just not go to school and just stay and not go to school and just fucking just sleep, man. That's how it is, and I was getting a little bit miserable because of that. And like I wanted to find other jobs. Publix was the first idea, but Publix is a bitch to get in because like it's a job that nobody does not want to quit because it's a good job that for the most part of what I hear around from the people that I talk to. There's only one guy that I talked to, and I think his name was like Evan or something, but he's the guy who just makes my ham and cheese like sliced up and everything. So yeah, I have some conversations with him time to time, but yeah, he's a really good guy. Yeah, I really wanted to find better jobs, but I found McDonald's, and the thing with McDonald's is the difference between McDonald's and Burger King is that McDonald's hires minors and Burger King doesn't. But the tricky part is it's just that I'm an adult, but I still go to school, so they would have to classify me as a minor and obey the school laws and everything. But there's some cases where I do get access to stay in longer, or there's some cases where I do not get any breaks and everything. And I remember it was one week, it was one of those weeks in my third or fourth month that I did not get a break for a full entire week. I've been really miserable. I've been like eating in the back in our break room to make sure I even get enough like food. I always bring my snacks and everything just in case because I'm a fat fuck. There was some point with not getting any free employee meals because we've been wasting so much food. The thing is with fast food, it's just like they will take waste literally seriously if you don't like if you be careful of how much you put into things and not waste it all. It would literally if you do be careful, then it's good, but if you don't, it'll literally bite everybody's ass. And it's gotten to the point that we buy our own food, but at my fourth and fifth month, it's almost like everybody buys each other's foods. We always have each other's backs. Like again, my coworkers are one of the best people I ever experienced working with. They're super nice and super kind, and it's just for me, I got the honor of working with like good and good and kind people, and we do crack up jokes here and there to make each other feel better because the stress of fast food of the the time of being timed of like how long does it take for the person at the menu to order, and how much time does it take for the person to be at the window where you deliver the food and everything. And it gets so crunched hard. It's made to it was made that like window time, like the fast food time, is made the most important thing ever. And I do not like that. I do understand that, fast foods, you need to be quick and everything, but people do have their limitations. And that's what people my coworkers were having. They were like getting stressed out because like our manager, she's a nice lady, she does care for us, but sometimes she just pushes that we need to bring our time down to the lowest as possible. It's like a big necessity, and I just don't like that. And I did meet our general manager, who is a nice lady, but I just don't like how we're getting forced or getting or lectured of how much that not how much that we as a team would need to hurry up and not dilly dag and to bring the window time down and all that stuff. It's been made pretty important. It's been made that it's the most important thing that they care about. Like they want their time to be down, their speed of service to be really far down and everything, and not risen up. And it's it's like for me it's like a slap on the face because especially when we're understaffed, it makes it hard for us to even slow to keep the speed of service downtime even low. It's just we do what we do with the people that we have. And there are some days where when I do close with my coworkers, I would just talk to them, just have conversations, and just like, it's just moments like those when it's like closed and you don't have to make anything else, and it's just like, you and your coworkers, just have a absolutely good time just with them. It's a whole ass vibe within itself, man. And I'm just again thankful and glad that the people at Burger King, my coworkers, made the whole experience fun for me to enjoy. Even though it's not gonna be always like this, dear. I might have to face coworkers that are being huge assholes, but I only faced one asshole, and I'm glad that I'm never gonna see him again because he is an absolute cockhead. Did not appreciate him, but it's literally whatever on that. My coworkers are sad to see me go, but I just wanted to leave as soon as possible. And today was my last day, and I was just, sad. And I just like hugged them and told them like, hey, I wish for the best of them, and I thank them for the experience that they made in Burger King just the best. I know McDonald's won't be any different than Burger King, but I do expect, with McDonald's because they do hire minors, so it's just like I'm probably won't be expecting any much different, but somewhat the same. I expect to, make sandwiches and probably do a little bit extra, but I that's the one thing I don't like doing. I don't like doing everything, man. I want, more people to get hired and do what they just need to be doing. I don't I There's no problem for me. I always cover my coworkers, so if one of my coworkers, when she did drive through, she wanted to go on break and there was only one other person doing drive through, I would always cover that person of doing drive through and front counter while they go and join on their break. And that's how there's no one in kitchen that does drive through besides me, so I'm literally the only person that does this. So that makes me more unique, and again, because I could do a lot more than what both parties, both coworkers can do. So it's just, don't want to toot my horn, but I'm a man of many talents, and I can also make cookies and all that stuff. So don't want to stroke my ego, but yeah, man of many talents. But it's just doing all that while focusing on school. It sucked ass, man. Again, I had to sleep in on some days during school, I actually got a good chance to meet with the manager and someone that I knew, and I do know some of the employees there. So I don't think the experience and everything that I'm going to be expected from McDonald's will be any different from Burger King. But I expect it won't be too much of me, because I had to do so much in Burger King, and it's just like it's overwhelming, man. And I just don't want to have that feeling anymore, and I don't want to be miserable with something of that I should not be doing, but I do it anyways because no one else can't do what I do. But there are less and less people at my Burger King store, so it's just unfortunate that, to my coworkers that are still working there, I still feel so bad for them that they have to go through what they got to go through with the amount of people that they have. They just got to work with who they have and just, you know, continuing going forward. I actually had a great time just bonding with them, especially with the managers. They were just really super nice. Nothing, nothing over dramatic or anything, but they were just kind-hearted, and I was just glad to meet them, just not only as just like, managers, but also as people themselves. I always thought that managers would just be like rude or anything, or they would be like, oh, do this, oh, I'm gonna boss you around, that type of deal. But hey, as my first job being at a fast food restaurant, I had a great time, and I hope I find better jobs than fast food, because for the minimum wage of Florida with $8.56, it kind of sucks huge ass. I really want our minimum wage to go up, but I work with what I have, so I'm glad of that, and the feeling of just getting all that money, and for me being a dumbass and just not like whatchamacallit, of not saving my money and just spending it all without without not even saving. It's just I feel so stupid, but yeah, got to make that whole future work for me, man. So yeah, I'm glad to be in this adult life, doing adult things, getting a job and experiencing just whatever it throws. I think I only experienced like a couple of overwhelming fast food times where it's just like there's too many cars and like too many people ordering so many sandwiches. I only maybe, if I had to give you a number of how many times I experienced that, like I think I would maybe say maybe 10 to 20ish times. Some has been slow and some has been fast, but if it's like jam packed and just like overwhelmed with so many cars, I would say it would be somewhere to 10, not even 20ish, maybe 30ish in total of like of times that I experienced so many people ordering so many damn food. And the one, oh my gosh, there was one at like at Thanksgiving where this whole entire family comes into the restaurant the day before Thanksgiving, and I'm like, bro, you seriously did not just pull up the day before Thanksgiving just to eat some greasy ass food? And I was just like, bro, I was a little bit disappointed, man, because like, why would you show up the day before Thanksgiving to a fast food restaurant? That literally does not make any sense. I do not understand the idea and the tendencies of these people. And I don't think that's the weirdest part. The weirdest part is just the food that I make or the food that I take to order. It's just really weird, man. There is some where people wanted a Whopper with no lettuce or something, so it would just be like mayo and tomato. And I'm looking at the sandwich that I'm making, I'm like, ew, that's really disgusting, man. And there was one where it's just like with everything on it, and I'm like really disgusted of that. But it's just like whatever that they wanted, it's just like, whew, man, it's just fucking whack as fuck, man. But it is what it is of what they want. I did get to talk to some customers, and I only made like I only have like at least 3 to 4 special not special coworkers, special special customers. They're just been super nice, man. I always apologize when I get their food delivered to their car, but I only have at least three special customer or four special customers that's always been nice, and it's just like when I see them a lot of times, and it's just like when I see them, I'm like, you want the usual? I just know what they want and what they have and everything. And some customers will give you shit. That's how it is. Maybe they just had a bad day and take off all their anger at you and your everything. That's been happening to me multiple times, but I always, for the most part, kept my composure, even though in the back of my head, I just want to fucking snap on them for just being an absolute dickhead for no reason. But it's just what it is. It is what it is on that. I don't think there's anything else I want to talk about, but I think generally, I think that's just pretty much it. It does has its flaws, and I don't recommend this as a job for anybody that's above 18 and that's in my current situation. I would recommend this for like any 16-year-olds that would like get hired in a fast food restaurant, because I feel like now, because they would just obey the school law or something like that. Because in my case, I literally got unlucky and I had to deal with of what they were just treating me a little bit. But so really, whatever. I'm glad that, I'm out of there, worked my final day, had to say bye to my coworkers. I'm really gonna miss them, but I have some of their contacts, so, I'm not gonna be too boohoo and all that sad about. I did had some great memories with them, just not only just like working with them, but just having some great conversations and doing things after night, just doing or saying some stupid shit, but yeah, man, I guess that's just my whole experience is working for Burger King for the past 5 months. I, had a kick-ass joy with the coworkers, what got the work in, got it done the way that it needs to be, but, you know, I'm just a unique person. I always kept a positive attitude, but there's some cases where I just want to snap, but I kept it all in, had to layer out some tears in the pillow, man, but you know, I don't recommend people to have this as something that they want to do for like years or years or something like that. Not even for a year. That would be really weird if you would just keep working at that fast food for a year at most. It would just be for me temporary jobs until I find a suitable or a better one. But yeah, that's just my whole experience. If you guys got any questions about my experience at Burger King, let me know down below in the comment section. If not, that's okay with me. And if you have worked in Burger King as well, let me know what your experience was. Was it a good one or a bad one? Or if you got interesting stories. If not, that's just okay with me. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ghost, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a wonderful morning, night, day, evening. Please stay safe out there, and later.